Is it you just want to rush me along because you were wrong last week? Could that be it?
I wasn't wrong at all, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Well, let's start off from the very beginning, shall we? So we're going to start off earlier in the week. Russell Pierce at Russell Pierce. Stephanie McMahon resigned from all of her positions at WWE today, according to PW Insider, which was set off like a lot of alarm bells. Everyone's just like, holy shit, is this really happening? Stephanie McMahon, not just stepping away, not just like, hey, taking a sabbatical. No, straight up resigning. Someone who dedicated her whole life to this business. Done. Puddy, before we get to everything else, what was your initial takeaway from that?
That sucks. But first thing I thought about it was she left before this thing blew up. So now she's just going back to where her original plans were. Just being there for her kids. Turns out she had surgery today.
Yeah, so no, that was a shocker about the surgery aspect of it. It seems like she tore something in her ankle or something like that. But it seems like she's good. She seems like she's fine, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, initially when I saw that, I'm like, what's going on here?
This is I snowball ripple. Here's the beginning of it. Yeah,
right. So saw this, and I think a lot of other people are starting to think the same way. Like, what is going on here? Apparently Stephanie McMahon wasn't too keen on her father coming back, rightfully so, because her and Nick Khan were running the ship the right way. Yep. And I thought maybe she was pissed off. It was like a slap in the face to her work. That's initially what I thought. But then this tweet breaks out from Stephen Mulhausen. Sources, Hausen. Oh, thank you. No sources, hashtag WWE has been sold to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. The company will go back to being private. Unknown if Vince McMahon will return to head of creative, but is expected by some people. Whoa.
That's when I texted you saying, fuck. That's when I was wrong. God, I would have bet money, life on the line that they would not sell to Saudi Arabia. And that's why I say, fuck. Fucking fuck, dude. Why?
It was a punch to the gut, and it was speculation, I have to say, because there were rumors. There were some journalists that were doing a great job saying nothing, right? But a lot of people, it was weird. Like on Twitter, it was just like, they were teasing like a big announcement. Oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard. Like there was just a lot of clout chasing, it seemed like, amongst like some journalists, some wannabe journalists. Couldn't really tell. It's hard to tell right now in the landscape of Twitter because you could just buy your blue check mark and then you could call yourself a journalist on there and people are going to think you're a journalist unless they check out. But whole long story. Anywho, the point is there was a lot of confusion going on there. And people are freaking out, rightfully so, because it's just Saudi Arabia buying WWE would not be a good look at all.
No.
For example, blood money. How does it affect certain talent like Sami Zayn? How does it affect maybe openly gay talent like Sonya Deville or people of different religions that are against? I mean, there's so much impact there. And going from a business standpoint, Saudi Arabia, they have, what is it, Live Golf? Was that what it's called?
Yep. It's the first thing I thought of. Yep.
Right. They have marquee players, the best talented golf players in the world, but they can't get TV rights because U.S. media relations do not have a good relationship with Saudi Arabia. So what would happen there? So many questions and none of the good ones. And then, of course, as wrestling fans, Vince McMahon, head of creative, that sounds like a nightmare for a lot of people. I know you're probably in the opposite of that, but people just don't want to see that anymore. So many bad things go on there with those rumors. But the next morning, you wake up to this from Ariel Helwani.
Very good.
Thank you. There is no deal in place at this precise moment for WWE to be sold to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund or any entity. The organization is still exploring all options. Sigh of relief. We could all calm down now, right? No big deal. Okay, it's all rumors. False alarm. We're doing good here. We're doing good.
Yep.
And then this little nugget comes up, of course. This coming up from Moonlight Graham at Reese Kelly G. A class action lawsuit has been launched against Vince McMahon. A shareholder is suing McMahon in Delaware, accusing him of wielding his 81% voting control to impose his will on WWE illegally. Cites board changes, threats to interfere with media rights, etc. That's according to Bloomberg Law. That's pretty serious. And to be expected, the way how Vince McMahon came back, I know you were for Vince McMahon coming back the way he did, but
board of directors.
This is kind of a la what Elon Musk did, right? When you have a public company, there's certain protocol you have to follow. It seems like Vince McMahon did not necessarily follow that protocol. He's a billionaire, though. I mean, like, I don't necessarily know what the fines are for this or what can happen in this lawsuit. I'm sure it'll get dragged out through attorneys, et cetera, et cetera. But, like, that's not a good look. And this, I think, one of the things that people were worried about with him coming back, at least in the board. But then other news broke out pertaining directly to WWE. Cultaholic Wrestling at Cultaholic admits reports that WWE is looking to sell the company. WWE CEO Nick Khan, no longer CEO Nick Khan, reportedly met with Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Iger and ESPN President James Pitaro on Monday. Buddy, is WWE going Disney bound? Could that be it?
Who knows? I'm done trying to predict, trying to figure this shit out. It's one day it's this, the next day it's this. Tomorrow it was some other place. Who knows? They have relationships with all these main companies. They have a relationship with ESPN and ABC. They have a huge relationship with NBC and Universal. So who knows? Talking about Amazon and Amazon Prime, maybe Netflix trying to get into a live streaming thing. Hulu they have a relationship with. They carry Raw and SmackDown. So yeah, they could go anywhere. I mean, I can't even fathom to guess.
It would be smart for them to go streaming, I think. Go to the way of the future. I think that would be a great move for them. There's also this little nugget that came out this morning, though. I don't know if you saw this one. This is from CNBC, actually. Wrestling Talk News at WrestleTalk_TV. This is the tweet from them. CNBC is reporting that Shad and Tony Khan are interested in merging AEW and WWE and are even open to discussing a role for Vince McMahon. It's fucking crazy right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Like, what are we talking about here?
What are we talking about here?
I know you make fun of me about this, but like,
what are we talking about? I'm a father. What are we talking about? Merging? My kid?
No, seriously, this is the main question here. With all these string of tweets, I want to ask, what the fuck is going on with WWE?
Nobody knows, dude. Nobody fucking knows. Triple H had a meeting today. Whatever happens, creative plans are not changing. I'm using air quotes for those listening. There are I think 3 names, the top favorite of companies or potential buyers who want to keep Triple H and Stephanie on board and get rid of Vince.
Yeah,
so
but
might play into the factor of who he signs signs off on.
Apparently, Vince McMahon today actually emailed some people in the company, like, "Hey, you're doing this wrong." Like, Vince McMahon's already meddling, and for a potential buyer, if they're seeing that, that's not a good look.
I wouldn't mind. Like, I think it was ABC, Disney was one of them that doesn't want to keep him.
Right.
There's a tweet I saw online that I think the only way Vince McMahon could morally and legally, so not legally, I guess morally, take over creative from Triple H is if he does buy the company and they fire Triple H, he can just slip right in. Maybe that's his plan. I don't know what. I'm tired of trying to figure this out or trying to think about it. There's so much else going on. There's a new story every day. This week, there's a new story every day. So who the fuck knows, dude?
This was all throughout the course of the week. I mean, if you're a huge WWE fan like us, and of course, a good portion of you are if you're tuning into us, like, this was an emotional roller coaster that you're on. Because the future of WWE is just so undetermined right now. Like, from top to bottom. Like, I can only imagine what it must be like being an employee there. Apparently, morale has been really low.
I don't blame them. Who the fuck knows what's going on? I've been there.
Yeah, you're there right now, actually.
Yeah. What? There's no answers. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. So I don't blame them for morale being low. Who knows, man? Who knows? It's just a clusterfuck. Again, there's also a caveat of they might not even sell. This could be one big storyline, one big story.
No. Do you really firmly believe that they're not going to sell?
What came out today that Triple H said we don't want to sell.
They didn't want to sell. That's one of the reasons why they didn't want Vince McMahon coming back.
Exactly, yes.
That's his reason for coming back. So they're going to sell because Vince McMahon is full steam ahead here.
I've seen this numerous times because you had this conversation numerous times in the last several years. I don't want them to sell. It's a family-run company. They're doing a great job. Why sell? Keep everything in-house. You guys are running a fucking flagship organization here. Then Vince left, and everything was just amped up tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Made the product even better. Now he's back on right now the board of directors, and that's just going to make things messy because he might just ooze on out to other things, like he's meddling in other company departments, sending out emails, like he runs the ship. He's back to being CEO again.
Right, because he can't help himself. This is his baby. You know, like you were mentioning before. Like, you were mentioning before about you work in a company where there's a board, but like that person, that head of the board could be anyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a founder of the company. You know, so like if this is Vince McMahon's baby, and he's a control freak, of course he's going to be meddling.
Of course, and you can't blame him for that because he's such a control freak. Again, once no one expected him to retire, everyone thought he would come back, and he's back. What do I want to? I don't know. I want them to. It seems like they are going to sell. Odds are they are going to sell. I want them to sell to a company that's going to keep Triple H, keep Stephanie McMahon, let them be their own autonomous promotion, not meddle or get involved, and put the product somewhere I can see it. Disney Plus, Netflix, or to stay on NBC Universal and go to Peacock.
Do you think
I don't want the merging with AEW.
That's not going to happen. Like,
no, I don't think they should do it either. I don't think AEW should do it either. For me, I know you're getting shit on me for this, but I think that would be like the con throwing the flag. We tried, wasn't that great? Let's buy out our competition.
See, the cons throwing in the flag. I don't see that.
Yeah, I think we're trying our best with AEW. We're trying our best. You know, we just can't get there. But I still want to run wrestling. Damn it! Let me take over the biggest company in the world.
I think if anything, it's a flex. It's a flex. It's great. It's great PR for them to get their names out there, putting their names in the hat to buy WWE, because it shows that they have that buying power, that they're on equal playing ground with WWE. It's a great PR move on their part, whether it's real or not. Their names are out there. The only I don't think it's real. I don't think it's a real possibility. I only brought it up because of the fact that CNBC reported it, and you don't get more legit than that. So I mean that's a pretty big deal. Vince McMahon would rather die tomorrow than sell it to a competitor. There's he's not going to give the cons that satisfaction of when he bought WCW. That would be the same thing pretty much. And can you imagine Vince did all this work to get to that point, to have a rival buy him out? No fucking way he would. He would rather die.
WCW was a shell of itself. So when WWE bought it out, because the company was selling, they're like, well, we're done with this. Let's get rid of it.
Right.
Pennies on the dollar.
Different circumstances, but it would be like a similar result, if you will.
Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about. Same result. Because look what happened with WCW. They were on Raw a couple times, but then eventually they were gone. And what is really Tony Khan doing with Ring of Honor right now? Not too much. They're having a pay-per-view here and there. No, I don't see that happening. I didn't take it seriously, and I'm hoping it's not serious.
No, I don't think it is serious. I maybe the cons are semi-serious about it. They're smart people. They know what they're doing. I think it's more for clout than anything. I think we all know there's no way Vince is going to sell to AEW. No way.
What if Nick Khan buys it?
Nick Khan, I don't think he has that capital.
What if Nick Khan has a consortium? gets the group together. The Rock didn't have enough money to buy the XFL. Gets the consortium
XFL,
together.
the XFL is cheaper than WWE.
Gets a consortium together, right? And then puts his name to the contract. All of a sudden, you hear the music hit. Then you say, yo, the name on the contract says Khan. The name on the contract reads Tony Khan.
You're ridiculous.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yeah, that's funny. But I don't see that happening. Yeah, no.
Do you think though, with like all the negative press, because I'm a firm believer when there's smoke, there's fire. I don't necessarily think the whole Saudi thing was complete bullshit. I think
they're still on the list.
They're on the list, right? And I think there is a good possibility that this was leaked on purpose just to see what the reaction would be.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
Because keep in mind,
that's one of the reasons people think Stephanie left. I'm not dealing with Saudi Arabia. I'm done. Bye. I'm washing my hands of this. And that story makes sense. Because who wants to deal with Saudi Arabia?
Right.
Especially
with
powerful,
especially
badass fucking woman. Yeah.
Right. And that's another reason why it was so sad to see Stephanie step down and leave, because she's known as one of the most powerful executives in all of business. You know, the fact that she had to walk away from this, something that she's dedicated literally her whole life to, you know, of course, it's serious. It's serious business here. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Some of it is leaking, but there's a whole lot we don't know about.
Again, she left before this thing blew up for other reasons. So I'm hoping this is just her going back to that, not some serious like political clashing or drama.
Well, apparently there is clashing. Apparently that's the reason why Nick Khan is so involved, is because there's a conflict between Stephanie and Triple H with Vince McMahon, a business wise. Like that's been reported. You know, Stephanie McMahon, when she first left, it was right before these allegations came out against Vince McMahon, and then he was ultimately forced to retire. And then she came back, 2 weeks after she took the sabbatical? Like, her whole reasoning as far as why she's taking a step back from the initial standpoint and to now, I mean, it's all PR stuff. It's all fluff. You know, she's not going to come out outright and say, like, fuck Vince. He fucked me over. I don't like what he's doing, because that can impact her. That can impact the company. That can impact any sale, what's going on. You know, I think, you know, she's out with the possibility of having a foot back in. It's a smart move.
She definitely has a foot back in. Obviously, she did, because she left again. She came back. Apparently, her reputation is really high in the company. Her reputation is probably high in the business world. So if Disney, Hulu, or NBC decide to buy it, they have a pre-existing relationship with her. They know what she can do. So we'll see what happens, man. Again, we can speculate till the cows come home. There's no fucking answers. Tomorrow will probably be a different story. Tomorrow will probably be like Roger Goodell wants to buy it. Who knows?
Roger Goodell. No way. I personally hope, and I've talked about it for a while, I personally hope it is Disney, just because of the fact that, like, I've seen what they did with Marvel, seen what they did with Star Wars. I mean, when they take something over, when they buy something, they put the right people in charge to run that shit. It's not necessarily like they're Elon Musk taking something over and they clearly have no idea what they're doing. No, they know what they're doing. They know their resources very well. So I think Disney is the most trustworthy company that the WWE could sell to.
I think this is maybe the second or third time today, maybe 5 times this year. You mentioned Elon Musk and Twitter. Do you not like this guy? Like, do you have a beef with Elon Musk? Like, you keep bringing him up like this is your punching bag. Seems like you don't like this guy.
Well,
did he not hire you for a job? Did he take a job from you? Did he make you buy your fucking blue check mark?
To hear how I exactly feel about Elon Musk, you can tune in for a brand new podcast that I am launching called Go Brand Yourself from local media.
You didn't pay to clear that. You didn't pay me to clear that. No, that's a great name. I really told me that name is fucking awesome. So congratulations to you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Looking forward to my invite.
Yes, please do. You're more than welcome to come on.
Speaking of branding, I thought we were going to wear our "What's Up, Dog" shirts today as a Unity.
I never got the memo.
I sent you a text, bro. Do you not buy yours? Did you not get yours yet?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh,
I never got the memo either.
You don't support what Sammy's doing to your kids? Wow, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Wow, no,
that's really fucked up. That's really fucked up, dude. It was a limited edition. I sent you a text. It only was available for 2 weeks of Pro Wrestling Tees. What's up, dog?
I literally never got that text.
Okay, sure. But as a father, I'm sure.
As a father, I'm wearing a cardigan right now. So.
Again, we talked about it last week, talking for like 20-something minutes tonight. The sale of WWE is a hot topic in our industry. Who knows? Again, we can speculate. There's rumors, what's true, what's not, what's leaked, what's false. Until we know some legit answers, we can talk to her blue in the face.
Right. And it's going to happen. I think there's a 99% chance it's going to happen this year. And, going back to what happened earlier in the week.
Say by summer, maybe.
Probably by summer. Yeah, I think that's the goal. But going back to the whole Saudi rumors, people were talking about that was a done deal. That happened on the spot. Sales of businesses, especially of that nature, don't happen that fast. So that's why I kind of was maybe this is not true.
Well, I think it was too much true too, because maybe I wasn't sure if it was true or not, because somebody said Vince has been working on this since his retirement in the background. That's why he came back with such force, blah, 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 blah. I'm coming back to sell the company because he had a deal in place already. Like that, I can see that happening.
Right.
Again, not Saudi Arabia, dude. Come on. Have some sort of scruples. I know you're a ruthless billionaire, but come on.
What is his end game? The dude is a billionaire. He created a successful business.
Also, you're right, sexful.
He wouldn't you want to hand this down to your kids?
That's what I've been saying. I don't want him to sell because it's family business. I want to see Triple H and Stephanie can do.
And they obviously were knocking out of the park. That was he jealous that they were doing such a kick-ass job? What is the deal? I don't understand what his motives are. You don't need any more money, but again, I'm not a billionaire. So, yeah, I haven't checked Lotto, but
oh shit, that's right. That's tonight. Damn.
But
there was rumors of selling before he left too, before all the stuff, for years, a couple of years now, there's rumors of him selling.
Right.
I never really felt why. There's no need to. But again, plus when he retired, quote unquote, everyone thought he's not really retired. Vince McMahon can't just sit by the poolside doing nothing. So if he sells the company, what are you gonna do with yourself? Right. I mean, odds are they're not going to keep you on.
And if he does get kept on, you have a boss now. You're not the boss anymore. Can you see Vince McMahon reporting to someone else?
No chance in hell.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Vince McMahon reporting to Bob Iger's office hey, Vince, you got to change this stuff. We're not liking what we're doing. Oh, God. No, I don't see that happening. He's got such a big ego. Why is this happening? Other than saying, fuck you to Stephanie, fuck you to Shane, fuck you to Paul Levesque. What is going on? Fuck.